gorgeous day, blue skies, and I've just got over COVID and I'm feeling much better. Anyway, the reason for this video, just to return a huge, decent video that Freakin Bikes Dank did, and it's my turn to ask some questions. So I've got some questions ready to go. I'm heading out on one of my local routes into Lossy Forest. I've got all my camera equipment with me to have some fun, ask some questions, and yeah, here we go. Morning. So today's ride, I'm just doing a few little local trails near where I live because I'm returning the favour to GBScotland and answering him some questions that he's sent over to me. And as again, I'm on a climb, not much of one. So I'm going to ride ahead, find somewhere nice to stop and see what my first question is. Cheers, Stu. So this is the start of my little dirt trail and I quite like it around here. This is literally proper local to me, just up the road. Obviously did loads of this when I was a kid. Okay, so let's have a look at my phone and see what Stu's first question was. So buddy, first question, how long have you been cycling and who inspired you to cycle? Nice one, Stu. How long have I been cycling and who inspired me? Well, I know the actual date, it was 1988. And myself and my girlfriend were walking through these local forests. We totally lost, walked for hours and miles, and a group of mountain bikers came riding past us. Proper mountain bikers, helmets, all the gear. And I looked at that and I thought, I need to have a go at that. So that was it, my savings that I was saving. I went and splashed out on a Diamondback Ascent and used to chuck it on the back of my Mini, head over to the wire forest. And so really no one actually inspired me apart from those bunch of lads that were cycling around the forest, and ever since then I've been hooked. Almost in the forest. Oh, there's the piggies. Happy as a pig in mud. A pig in mud, easy for me to say. So Dunk, question number 2. I'm just about to hit my favourite local route into Lossy Forest, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to ask you, do you have a local favourite route, and if so, what makes it your favourite? Okay then Stu, question number 2, have I got a favourite route? Well yes, I've got a few. I must admit, I quite like this one, literally, because it's 2 minutes from where I live, and it's basically trails through the countryside. You can link up lots of little trails, but I suppose at the beginning when I was more into mountain biking, it would be the Wire Forest, which is a local forest to near where we live. The trails around there are fantastic, and a lot of the trails we actually named, we made up nicknames for them, me and the locals, back in the late 80s, back in the late 80s, early 90s. And it's quite funny now because you see people putting YouTube videos up of Wire Forest and they've still got the names that we actually created for the trails. So yeah, it'd be the Wire Forest and just local trails around Clent, Hagley, Kimber. Brilliant.
inside an old World War II bunker. Seems like a good place to ask the next question. Have you participated in any sportives, competitions or such like? And what's your longest cycle you've ever done?
Right then, Stu. I'm going to quick look at my phone, see what the next question is, and I'm going to stop here by this little lake, which is always a nice little place to stop, and see what the question is. 1 minute. Right then, Stu, you've asked me have I done any events and what's my longest ride. Well, I've done loads of events, bearing in mind I've been cycling since late 80s, so we'd all do mountain bike races. Malvern's Classic was like the local big one, which we'd all race. Cannock Chase was another local race that we'd all race. Little races, Bob's Bash was always a crazy little one that we'd do. And then there'd be like the Hell of the North, Cotswolds Ride, oh god, Wild Bear, was it Wild Bear? Viking Challenge. Loads of like sort of more longer rides. Never really been one for counting how many miles I've done. Mountain biking, I suppose you'd do 30-40 miles would be classed as a big ride, but I've done loads of like epic long rides. I dread to think how long, but yeah, never really been a mile counter, and never really been a Strava waller. I just tend to just get on my bike and ride and have fun. That's pretty much it. I used to cycle every day to work and home, which was a good sort of 30 mile a day. And yeah, I used to just go everywhere on a bike, but not really a mile counter.
Well, I couldn't have picked a better day for the weather. What? Check that. Blue skies galore, and it's warm. I'm just about to head over to the sea and ask you my final question over there. However, question 4 just now. If you had to give tips to anyone who was thinking about cycling, wanted to get into it as a hobby or a form of fitness, what advice would you give them? Over to you.
Heading out on a bit of road now, so I want to get this done as quick as possible. Get back onto some trails. Only like, well, I was going to say a mile, but not even more. It's probably like a couple of 100 yards of road and then back on the trails. And it's been raining and it's quite cool and nice, so that's pretty cool. I was going to stop by that lake and answer the next question, but I had to sort of bail because an old geezer came out and started talking to me, and although he was lovely, after about 15-20 minutes I couldn't get away, so I had to sneak off. So next question, and I can't even remember what it was now, but what advice would I give to someone starting out in cycling? You know, what would they... Just wait for these cars to go past. I'm going to move. What advice would I give? A bit quieter here. What advice would I give someone to just starting out in cycling, or to get them to cycle? Basically, just do it. It is absolutely brilliant. If you live anywhere slightly near the countryside, get exploring, and that is just the best. Basically, you know, get lost. I mean, I used to love getting lost. I'd just go off, get lost. Actually, go out without a GPS. You'll get lost and you'll get fit without even knowing it. That's how I used to. Basically, yeah, just go exploring. You'll get fit. If you've got to get off and push, get off and push. Just enjoy it. There's no do's and don'ts. Just do it. You'll love it. Get in the countryside though. Mountain biking. I recommend mountain biking. Gravel bike's alright as well. But if you're not safe on drop bars, get a mountain bike. Basically, just get a bike. You know it makes sense. So what's happened to the trail? Flippin' heck. A chestnut tree. Here we go. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. Bloody heck. I've got my legs stuck. Oh, I've got a branch around my neck. This is trail riding at its best. And now my bike's stuck. Oh. I'm well and truly stuck, hang on. And I'm out the other side. Awesome. Oh, and I'll find somewhere else to stop for the final question. Cheers, Stu, but loving this, but doing a quick ride. Only because I need to get back, because it's my birthday. Ace, anyhow, find somewhere else to stop and I've got something in my helmet now.
So here I am, Lossiemouth Forest, Murray Coast. Lossiemouth over there, Bucky, Port Soy over there, Stuarty right here. So Dunk, last question, maybe two questions. In respect of bucket list cycling, do you have a list of places or events or such like, things on your bucket list involving your bike that you'd like to do?
Right then, I'm going to stop at the local park. Well, it's not really my local park, but it's a park not far. And answer the final question. Yeah, there's a bench over there next to a load of rubbish. Just pees you off, doesn't it? Right then, Stu, as for bucket list for cycling. Nah, not really. I think I've been at it too long. The only thing I do want to do more bike packing. This year I haven't really had a chance to do any as such again, thanks to my new little puppy, which I don't mind because I love him to death. But yeah, so more bike packing, longer rides with overnight stops in the wild, and that's it really. Quite a simple bloke really. I'm a bit of a one for early morning cycles. I sort of like to be up at the crack of dawn, 5, 6 o'clock, out, do my ride, get back home, so I've still got the full day to do stuff with my family. I love being with my wife and doing stuff, going off, taking the dog for a walk, being in the countryside with her, going off in the camper van, picnics out, seeing my kids, and that's more important than cycling for me, which is hard to say because I absolutely love cycling.
Just a sneaky last question. What's next for Freakin Bikes? You're awesome. You do amazing things. You inspire. You're inspired. What can you ask for? You're a good guy. Thanks for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's been good fun. Look forward to doing things like this in the future with yourself, with other people, anyone that wants to get on board Duncan's idea. I think it's great. So yeah.
Nothing. I just love doing it. I just love posting videos, just soft little films of myself doing soft things, like trying to think up crazy ideas what to do, whether it's drawing of local bike riders and just being out and about in the countryside and sharing my love for cycling with you guys. So that's it really. Simple life, Stu. Cheers for the questions and thanks for being such an ace bloke. I've enjoyed doing it. There'll be more loads of crazy videos and I've got a few other plans of stuff I want to do, so nice one. Cheers all.